So Logan Paul, right? Elimination Chamber 2026 was not a good event, if we're being completely honest. When it comes to its quality, it being everywhere, just surprises that didn't live up to anything actually at all, despite weeks of building to it. This was really not a great show. I mean, it had its moments, but overall, we really are we gonna look back at this event fondly? Probably not, right? Really wasn't that great. But anyways, let's just talk about it, I guess. One of the better matches of the night, the women's elimination chamber, um, was decent. I wouldn't say it was great. I would say it was good. So a lot of people are saying it is the best women's chamber of all time. I beg to differ. I don't think it really is at all. But it was good for what it was. We had we had some cool spots. One of the most notable spots was when Raquel Rodriguez did a power slam through the pod with to Kiana James. That was pretty cool. I never seen a spot like that. I believe in the chamber match. So that was something new. That was something that I thought was pretty cool. Um, Kiana James looked good. I mean, she looked good, but I mean, what I mean is that she looked good. Like she had a good performance. Like she did great here. Um, when it comes to the winner, Rhea Ripley, I think we all knew she was gonna win. Um, if you're if you're any surprised that Rhea Ripley is in the main event scene again, get used to it. She's gonna be there for years to come. She's not even 30 years old yet, so I don't see why we are surprised that she's here again. I mean, she's like the biggest woman star in WWE right now, and she's still so young. Of course, she's gonna get pushed. Of course. Tiffany Stratton did some pretty good stuff here. I'm surprised because I don't usually enjoy Tiffany Stratton's work, but I will say she took some really nasty bumps here. Even got busted up pretty bad. So, kudos to Tiffany. She did good here. She looked good here, too. Um, Yana James, I already said she looked good, but she pinned Alexa Bliss. She pinned both Charlotte and Alexa Bliss in the span of, like, what, 2 weeks? A week? Really good for her. She's gonna do, I feel like, good stuff. Depends on how the company books her after this. Hopefully it's good because I do think she has something. Um, but I don't know. I don't know. Let's be honest. This company is in the shitter right now. Raquel Rodriguez was the monster of this match. She pinned both Asuka and Kiana James. I didn't really like that. Asuka, come on, we gonna do Asuka dirty like this? Feel bad for Asuka. I feel like Asuka isn't gonna just do nothing for the rest of her career. Hopefully that's not the case because I really do love Asuka and she's still great. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But good for Raquel, I guess. She looked good here. But she still lost. It's like she looks like a monster, but she's still losing. Okay. Like, what's the point of her looking like a monster? She's just gonna keep losing. Like, that's kind of what they did with Braun Strowman. Looked like a monster, but he never won, and it was too late when he finally did win. No one cared anymore. Are we gonna keep doing this with Raquel? I don't know. We'll see. Also, don't mind that mess back there. But don't know what I'm doing. I need to fucking clean that. But just don't mind it, please. Next match is AJ Lee versus Becky. What a right match. Not everyone really say it was good. Not a good match, but I mean, good in the sense that it's AJ's first match in singles match in like what 14, 13 years. Long time since she's wrestled a singles match, and for that, I guess it was all right. I don't think it was great. I don't think it was necessarily a good match, But when you keep that in mind that this is her first singles match in 12 years, it was alright. I mean, it wasn't great. It was alright. They had some cool moments here. Little botch here, sloppiness, but you know, it was alright. I mean, it's not. I didn't expect it not to have that. I mean, it was a Divas era wrestler wrestling after 12 in her first singles match in 12 years. Can't like expect it to be a masterpiece, you know. um, but she won here, and I feel like I kind of knew she was gonna win here. I do you think she's gonna hold the title for that long? No, probably not. Right? Probably gonna hold it till WrestleMania. Probably lose it back to Becky. Do I care to see this match again? No. Do I care to see where the storyline goes next? No. Not really. The promos haven't been that good. Not all, really. And the matches are alright, but I don't really care to see them again, you know? But we'll see what happens next, I guess. I am happy AJ Lee's Intercontinental Champion. You know, that's cool. Cool for the belt, you know, the lineage. Cool for her. I like AJ Lee. Even though it seems like I don't like her, I like AJ Lee, trust me. I do. And I kind of like Becky. Kind of don't like her sometimes. It's alright, though. This match was okay for what it was. And that is a Divas Era's wrestler's first match in 12 years. And we're going on to what could be match of the night, possibly. Yeah, I think was a good match. Finn Balor and Punk for the World Heavyweight title. You see, the match was good. It obviously suffers from us knowing that Finn Balor had zero chance in winning this match. There was no way he was ever going to win this match. I think we all knew that. Finn Balor, jobber for life. I hope he starts to win matches soon again because, you know, he's getting up there in age. I mean, when are we going to fucking pull the trigger on him again? Never? Are we just going to retire without ever having another run with the title? That'd be kind of a shame if that happens. Hopefully not, though. And hopefully he does something good at WrestleMania. Fight Dom, beat him for the IC title, hopefully. Because Dom's reign as champion is terrible. He's honestly been a really bad champion. Don't know why they still have the belt on him. But I do think this match was really good. Despite the obvious circumstances that, you know, we already know that the main event of WrestleMania is going to be Roman Reigns versus CM Punk, and they're not going to fucking change that to Finn Balor versus Roman Reigns. They're in desperate mode enough as it is, and they don't see nothing in Finn Balor for some reason. So they're not going to fucking put the title on Finn Balor and freaking ruin their big money marquee match at WrestleMania. Hell no, they're not going to do that. But I did enjoy the match. Of course, there was that really cool spot where Punk reverses the coup de grace into a fucking sharpshooter. I don't even really know how he did that, but it was pretty surprising because, you know, Punk's old, and it's crazy to think he's still able to really have great matches at his age. It was, you know, people always say, oh, he's old wrestler, we need to stop having these old champions, but then fucking cream all over their fucking screens for someone like Brock Lesnar. It just doesn't make sense to me. But, and, you know, CM Punk actually has good matches, unlike Brock Lesnar, so it really doesn't make sense to me. But, yeah, fun match. CM Punk obviously wins, and I kind of like the endings of the match. It just picked him back up and hit for GTS. You know, it was really anticlimactic, but not every match needs to follow up, you know, the kind of formula every other match has, you know, or a bunch of spots to a big finish. You know, it was just CM Punk beating up Finn Balor in the end, just pounding on him and picking up for GTS and hitting him again with it, and all was just the end. You know, kind of refreshing to see a match end like that, especially like a big title match like this. So that was cool. yeah, this match gets a thumbs up. It was pretty good. I don't think it was better than the Belfast match, but still, good match. Liked it. Definitely match of the night. Not saying much though. Me saying that this is the match of the night, not saying much. There's not really that many great matches this night. But yeah, probably match of the night. Next match was the men's chamber, the main event of the whole show. But before we talk about that, let's talk about a little surprise that they did. Weeks and weeks of build. What's in the crate? Chris Jericho? Is he in the crate for weeks? Just there? In a hot crate? I don't know. Could it be fucking, I don't know, Jesus Christ himself? I have no idea. Well, they were building weeks and weeks up to this mystery crate. Big reveal at the pay-per-view for it to be Danhausen, a comedy wrestler. A big reveal is the comedy wrestler Danhausen, who, what did he do really in AEW? Not much. He sold merchandise because he's got a funny gimmick, I guess. I don't really know. Sold a lot though, but that's about it. He didn't really wrestle in AEW much. When did he even have a match in AEW? If he did, tell me. I really don't even remember him really having a match in AEW. But yeah, that was the mystery. It was fucking Danhausen. And the crowd booed. I can't blame them, because why reveal this at a pay-per-view? A big PLE? It's kind of funny, because the crowd was like, yeah! And then they're like, well, wait a minute. The reveal is Danhausen. Who the fuck is this guy? I don't even know who this guy is. You know how the crowd would go like, yeah, in the moment, because they want to be happy that they spent for a fucking car payment, a house payment on their fucking $1,000 tickets, only for it to set in that, yeah, this shit kind of sucks. Danhausen's not really a wrestler for me. It might be kind of funny. I don't know. I don't really like these comedy kind of backstage wrestlers that much. I only really liked R-Truth, and then again, I kind of don't always like R-Truth. He, like, it's not like all the time. I only like some of his stuff. So this was kind of lame to me, because it's not really, these types of gimmicks really just aren't for me. Really not. Danhausen. Interesting. Why reveal him at a pay-per-view instead of like SmackDown? Probably could have been a lot better backlash from that, if I'm being honest. So, very, very, very funny decision. Yeah, man, I can't wait for Danhausen to move those ticket sales, WWE, definitely. Now let's really talk about the main event, because the main event, I have a lot of things to say, and a lot of them are actually really not good. I think this is one of the worst chambers in a very fucking long time. I think this chamber match absolutely blows. I think there were like maybe one, two things good about it. I thought the beginning of it was kind of cool. Javon and Cody starting things out. I thought that was sick, because Javon, the young upcomer, fighting basically the guy who's main event in WrestleMania the past few years in a row. So that was pretty sick, I guess, but that's really about it. I mean, Randy Rennie was also a nice surprise. I think he was the perfect person to win this match. I do believe that. It's just a shame that this match kind of sucks. So they have Logan Paul be this guy who takes out everyone, which was supposed to obviously be for a Braun Breaker or Bronson Reed spot, which would have probably looked better in hindsight, with him, with one of those two instead of Logan Paul, because Logan Paul isn't this monstrous heel. He's just a fucking, little, fucking asshole. sly little jerk. That's really all he is. Or at least two Bronsons are, these huge people. So that was one thing, and they decided to still keep the formula with Logan Paul, and it just was kind of really bad. Like, why not change it? Why did you keep this? Did you really need Logan Paul to eliminate 3 fucking people? You fucking Logan Paul also nearly killed his freaking Javon Evans, by the way, nearly paralyzed the son of a bitch, poor son of a bitch. It was quite unsightly, poor Javon Evans. Oh my god, he got spiked on his head from the pulverizer. And then he also pins Trick Williams. Well, he steals the pin from Cody Rhodes, who, for some reason, even though it's Elimination Chamber, it doesn't matter who gets the pin. I don't know. I guess it's trying to tell us that he's a jerk. He wants to get all the credit. He's cocky. I don't know. I guess that's what they're trying to say, but still, it looks stupid. It's dumb. I also believe that Javon Evans and Trick Williams were also very underutilized in the men's elimination chamber. I feel like they were supposed to do a lot more here than they did, and that's really a shame because, to me, one of the main reasons why these two were in this match, for me personally, was to see them to have to have this breakout moment, to truly shine in the way that kind of Kiana James did in the women's one. In this one, they did not do that. There was never that moment, especially with Javon Evans, which is a shame because this should be like one of his match types that he is really truly able to shine and show us what he's capable of. But he got eliminated too early before we could even see anything noteworthy from him, and that's a damn shame that that's how they booked it because Javon Evans, I feel like, is definitely someone that could benefit from this type of match in the way that someone like John Morrison could back in those early 2010 chamber matches that he was a part of, which was really cool, where he was always one of the highlights of those matches. I feel like this should have gone to Javon Evans kind of in a way, and it just didn't. And he just fucking got eliminated very, very easily. Same thing with Trick Williams. I feel like he didn't do much either. I feel like he was actually kind of eliminated in such a lame way. All the eliminations by Logan Paul were really lame. And that's unfucking fortunate because these two really should have been able to shine, but instead it felt like they were underutilized and it just felt very sloppy. The whole pacing of this match is terrible. Awful. Oh yeah, poor LA Knight also gets eliminated after he fails his elbow drop. He botches it. Pretty bad, by the way. LA Knight slips. Oof. Yeah, that was not that good of a. Was not that good of a look for him. I feel bad for LA Knight fans. Does he deserve all this criticism that he's getting for botching? No. People botch. He's still a good wrestler. He still has good matches. Unlike Jey Uso, who botches and has pretty bad matches most of the time. But let's come on, LA Knight's not a bad wrestler. We should not be saying all this stuff that he's bad. He's not bad. He's messed up. He messes up. He's flawed. He's a flawed wrestler. He hit the elbow drop and he got low blowed and hit in the dick and then blowed up. But yeah, I feel like LA Knight's gonna have a rough 2026. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Maybe he'll win something big here soon. That would be the preferable thing to happen this year. But I don't know. Do I have trust in WWE? Not really. No. But I don't really know what he does next. Hopefully he does something. Hopefully he doesn't miss the card. I don't really know what he does at WrestleMania. But yeah, then we get to the final 3, which was Cody, Randy, Logan. Of course, Logan made it to the final fucking 3. He makes it to the final 3. He makes it to the final 4 in the Rumble, and he makes it to the final fucking 3 in the Chamber. Fucking wow. I don't know why he does. But Logan then has there's a masked man, right? Oh man, another masked guy. Ooh, right when they're trying to like take trick out. The masked guy shows up, and then they take it. But then the security takes the masked guy out for another masked man to come in. And this time, the masked man was Seth Rollins. Oh my god! Who would have thought it was Seth Rollins? The guy who's hitting his moves every week. The fucking curb stomp. Oh my god! Who would have ever thought that the masked man was Seth Rollins? Lazy writing, by the way. Masked man every week. It's getting old. Stop the masked man shit. Never do this fucking bullshit again with a masked man. Take like literally 5 years off of doing masked man shit. Like it's fucking so bad now. Okay, but that's besides the point. Seth Rollins coming back. I guess that's cool, right? I mean, is he gonna fight Logan Paul at WrestleMania? Hopefully not. Oh, by the way, Paul Heyman's acting here was terrible. I hated it. It was so cringe. I was cringing the whole time. Paul Heyman, I feel like, has gotten so much worse. I don't even know what happened. I used to glaze this guy for being one of the best talkers, and now I can't stand him anytime he's on the TV. I can't stand it. But yeah, Paul Heyman, terrible. Seth Rollins return, okay, I guess. Doesn't make up for the match being so shit that some people are like, oh, but this makes up for the whole match being garbage. No, it doesn't. Doesn't make up for the whole match being bad. No, shouldn't. Them doing the obvious thing should not make up for the whole match being bad. No, should not at all. That is not what should happen. This match was not good at all. And we should not say it makes up for it. Randy winning. He wins here after Drew McIntyre. Another interference, by the way. Another one. Good God. Another interference. And it's not even really good interferences. Kind of boring ones. After a really boring match. And then, yeah, Drew McIntyre gets in here. Gets in Cody's way. And I guess he was distracted. Randy hits a really clean RKO. And then wins. Randy's going to WrestleMania. Good for him. I feel like this is something that Randy has needed for a while because he hasn't really been in the main event for, what? I don't even know. Years now. I feel like he's kind of just been doing nothing. It's just a shame because that's kind of what they did with AJ Styles. They did fucking nothing for like 3-4 years until like what, the last year of his career he finally started doing something just to retire. I don't know. So hopefully he does some good stuff here. So yeah, hopefully Randy wins the title. Will he win the title? I don't know if he wins the title. Would I be okay with him winning the title? Yeah, I'd prefer that over Cody winning the title again. Because Cody being champion has won its course. We do not need Cody Rhodes to be the champion again. He has held that shit for way too long. The only other time someone has held it is Drew McIntyre right now. And John Cena, who didn't even hold it for that long either. And Drew McIntyre's probably going to lose the title to Cody. Is he going to lose the title to Cody, or is it going to be a fatal four-way? How about somebody between Jacob, Drew, Cody, and Randy? Or is it just going to be Cody wins the title and we're getting Randy versus Cody? Tell me what you would want more. I don't know what I would want more. I would like probably a fatal four-way more, because I feel like that would just be more interesting. But who knows? I feel like that would just be the better match. But who knows? Who knows? Yeah. Bad Chamber. Probably the worst one since the one with Brock Lesnar. You know, the one where he eliminates everyone. That was a pretty bad one too. But yeah, terrible Chamber. Best match of the night was just okay. It was good, but obvious who was gonna win. It wasn't like amazing. Yeah, bad pay-per-view. You know, you make the fans buy these tickets for so much money, and then you give us 4 matches, and one of them is good. The other one, you give us 4 matches. Two of the gimmick matches are. One of the gimmick matches is alright. It's good. The other one is complete doo-doo. So it's like, well, where was the money? Was the money orphaned to go into these events? These events are not good. These are not good events at all. And WrestleMania is looking to be a very odd event. It is not. Some of these matches do not interest me that much. I'm not interested really that much in a Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley match. I I don't think that match will be that great. Hopefully it's good. Maybe I'll be wrong, but Jade Cargill has really yet to prove to me that she is that good. I mean, she had a okay, good match with Jordan Grace. That's about it, though. The Tiffany matches were not that great and stuff, so there's that. And the Roman Reigns and Punk match, they had a good match last year in the triple threat. Do I think this match will be good? I think it will be alright. The build probably is going to be good, though, so we'll see for that. What do other wrestlers do at WrestleMania? What does LA Knight do at WrestleMania? I have fucking no idea what LA Knight does at WrestleMania. What does other women like Raquel Rodriguez do at WrestleMania? I have no clue either. Tiffany Stratton, no clue. Io Sky even. What does Io Sky do at WrestleMania? She wasn't even in this match for some reason. Well, the hell she was. Well, I don't know why Io Sky was not in here. What does she do at WrestleMania? I don't think she does. Did she do anything? She was in the fucking championship match last year at WrestleMania. And she's not going to do anything this year? That'd be kind of a shame because she's one of the, probably the best wrestler in the roster right now when it comes to pure in-ring ability. So, yeah. That's a shame. Hopefully she does something good there. But overall, this event was, Elimination Chamber 2026 was not good. Not worth the time at all. This is why people should buy VPNs, because for events like this is just not a good event. It's not worth the money to spend on for ESPN. It's just not a good event. Really mid. Compared to last year's Chamber, extremely mid. No, not even extremely mid. Extremely just poor, just bad. Just bad event. Like, come on. It's just like you give us 4 matches and all of them are really not that great, you know. Like you give people 4 matches and all of them are bad. You don't even give us another one. Like maybe if you give us a couple more matches, maybe it'd feel like the money was worth it. But here it just doesn't feel like it is. It feels like I wasted my time and money, you know. Probably I feel like that's probably how people felt in attendance too when they had to sit through the Danhausen bullshit. Instead of having, like, I don't know, a fucking United States title match with Carmelo Hayes or Julia or something of noteworthy, something good. No, we didn't. Really mid. So yeah, what does the Elimination Chamber 2026 get for me? Gets, oh god, gets a 2 out of 10. I do not think this event was that good. Yeah. Very poor. The bad was really bad here. But yeah, that's about it for this. Hopefully WrestleMania is good and not as bad as this Chamber. But we'll see. Probably will be, considering the current state of the product. But that's about it. Anyways, so I'll see y'all, I guess, I don't know, maybe for a minute Raw. I'll make a review. I don't know. We'll see.